but the pressure's up a little bit today. So I'm going to go right down and not make a mistake and read from the script, if you all will indulge me in that way. Welcome, of course, to Kellogg Community College. We are very pleased and proud today to be hosting this event to confer an Associate of Arts degree to Governor Rick Snyder. I want to emphasize to everyone that this is not an honorary degree. Governor Snyder has actually earned his degree, having completed 25 credit hours at Kellogg Community College in the early 70s. And now, due to the reverse transfer agreements that are in place statewide, he was able to transfer back his credits from the University of Michigan to Kellogg Community College, therefore earning him this degree. Of course, we're very, very pleased that he decided to pursue this, what we believe to be a very, very valuable credential. Before we actually begin with the ceremony, I just want to thank all of those in attendance today. We have several local dignitaries in the audience, and I apologize we're not able to kind of go around the room because this isn't a very impressive audience. We have several KCC staff members here, as well as some students who are kind of up here in front and calling attention to the students. In particular, we have several students here that are dual enrolled right now at KCC and are well on their way in a path to becoming the next governor, maybe a few years now. Okay, so with all of that, I'd like to begin the program by calling on Mr. Mike Hansen, the president of the Michigan Community College Association, for remarks. When Mike has completed his remarks, he will be followed by our Vice President for Instruction and Chief Academic Officer, Catherine Hendler, to begin the ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Bona. Good morning and welcome, everybody. It's certainly an impressive day and a distinguished day for the Michigan Community College Association. On behalf of all the 28 public community colleges in Michigan, we're certainly privileged to be here to participate in this great event. This past year, I had the privilege of serving as the chair of the Education Alliance of Michigan, and one of those responsibilities includes introducing the governor at the annual Governor's Education Summit in East Lansing in April. So during those remarks, I indicated that while we were very proud and thankful that the governor had attended Kellogg Community College, I couldn't help but point out that he failed to graduate. And it was people like the governor who were ruining our graduation rates and whether or not he would ever think about returning and getting his degree. And so 6 months later, here he is, taking us up on that offer, and so we feel very honored and fortunate that we're able to participate this way. Although I think the next time I introduce him, I may ask for more money at community colleges and see what happens 6 months after that. In all seriousness, the governor has been an incredible supporter of community colleges and advocate of community colleges, and we couldn't feel better about the relationship we have with the administration and the legislature. I know legislators are here today, and it certainly makes my job easier as the chief lobbyist for community colleges to work with the administration and the legislature, since they are such big fans and advocates of community colleges. So we thank you for your continued support. Part of the way that we can do this today, that we can award this associate's degree, is because of an initiative called Credit When It's Due. It's a national initiative. Michigan is one of 15 states, a leading state in this initiative. It's also known as reverse transfer because what it allows us to do, the 28 community colleges working in partnership, in very good partnership with the 15 public universities, identify those students that attended a community college but did not graduate, have then gone on and transferred to a university, and have this sufficient number of credits now that when added together would give them an associate's degree. So we in fact reverse transfer back from the university back to the community college sufficient credits to award the associate's degree. And this is important for two main reasons. First of all, and primarily, because an associate degree matters. It has value. It has value in the labor force. And all the data will show that someone with a credential, an associate's degree credential, certainly will have more success in their future job and career with an associate degree than without. And the second important reason is because there is a clear recognition that there are many students who have a full intent to transfer onto a university to get their bachelor's degree that for whatever reason never complete. So they've attended a community college, initiatives like this, we are able to provide thousands of students the opportunity to now earn a credential that will have payoff in the labor market. And so it's an important public policy initiative that the legislature has gotten behind, that the administration has gotten behind, and that the community colleges are working in partnership with their 15 public university partners on this initiative. The second important public policy issue that allows this to happen, although it didn't allow it to happen on the Governor's Day, is dual enrollment. And through dual enrollment, which is a piece of legislation signed in the 90s, students now, while attending high school, can earn college and university credit that is paid for by the school districts. And so we've seen an explosion in the number of dual enrolled credits and students in the last 10 years to where last year there are now close to 20,000 students statewide who participate in some form of dual enrollment, earning over 72,000 credits, which will also transfer to the college and then transfer on to the university. So it's a huge leg up for students who start by dual enrolling while in high school. And it's a great program, great initiative, something that we are all very supportive of. And we're supportive because it makes sense for students, but there's also data to support this. And there's been lots of research that shows that students that dual enroll not only complete high school at higher rates, so they graduate at higher rates, but they attend college at higher rates and they complete college at higher rates. So that dual enrollment is really the catalyst to a successful completion for many students who otherwise would not have that opportunity. So again, Governor, on behalf of the 28 public community colleges and the 15 university partners, we certainly thank you and congratulate you on this accomplishment today. Thank you very much.
On behalf of faculty at Kellogg Community College, I, Catherine Henler, as Vice President for Instruction, am pleased to present an additional member of the 2014 graduating class to the Board of Trustees as a candidate for the Associate in Arts degree.
As a member of the Board of Trustees of Kellogg Community College, I'm Matt Davis, Treasurer of the Board. I'm pleased to accept this graduating class and to acknowledge this individual graduate as a qualified candidate for the associate's degree.
Governor Richard B. Snyder.
Power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I, Dr. Dennis Bona, President of Kellogg Community College, am pleased to confer the Associate of Arts as is symbolized by your diploma. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's actually a great honor to be here today. It is really important to be here. And President Vaughn and your entire team, the faculty, thank you to KCC for being proactive and helping work this issue through. It means a lot. And I want to thank all the students for coming and being part of this because you're our future. And I want to thank the public officials, Senator Knopf, and the other people that are coming for being part of this, and anyone attending. To put things in perspective, most people know I've held myself out as a nerd for some time. I thought I might fill in the blanks a little bit about how this actually started. Most people know the later part of the story, that I went to the University of Michigan and I received my bachelor's degree when I was 19 years old. I had my MBA when I was 20, I had my law degree when I was 23, and I was an adjunct professor in Michigan's MBA program when I was 24. The point that really matters, though, is none of this would have been possible but for Kellogg Community College. That's where it began, and that's where I am very thankful to the school. I wouldn't be who I am today but for my time here at KCC. Now, how did that get started? I was very fortunate. I had wonderful parents. Grew up on North 22nd Street in Lakeview. had a good Lakeview High education. And in fact, I want to recognize a counselor that helped me, Dean Harshin, just passed away last month. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him also. But the issue is I wasn't being challenged in it. There were other things I wanted to do. And to be blunt, dual enrollment didn't exist. So what happened? When I was 14 years old, and my birthday is in August, I was 14, I went to my mother with the community college catalog, the KCC catalog that came in the Inquirer News. And I said, there's a little box that was about 5 or 6 pages in that said high school students, if they were approved, could take classes at KCC. So I took that. I was going to be a sophomore in college. I went to my mother, who was fabulous. She was a homemaker. My dad owned Gilbert Window Cleaning here in town. And she said to me, honey, we'd love to have you go, but we don't have enough transportation. We can't find a way to get you there. So come back when you have your driver's license, and we'll talk. So I waited a year. So I was now 15. My birthday was in August. I was turning 16. And I would start my junior year in high school. So I got the catalog again. And I looked through it and found a class called Introduction to Business. 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, 3 credit hour class. Now, if you were a parent, how many kids would take someone seriously coming up with that request? I took it back to my mother. And I said, this is what I'd like to do, Mom. I'd like to take this class. She said, how much money is it, honey? I said it was, believe it or not, $66. It was $22 a credit hour. I still remember that, plus books. And she got out her checkbook. That moment changed my life because my parents supported me in doing that. So I took Introduction to Business, and what I'll tell you is taught by an adjunct faculty member that worked for one of the insurance companies in town. That class was the caliber of Michigan's MBA program in terms of the way I perceived it and what I learned it. So I took 2 more classes in my junior year. I had 9 credit hours. And then the first half of my senior year, I took 16 credit hours here at KCC. So I was going to Lakeview High. I was still having fun, believe it or not. I'm not that crazy. I was in the marching band, everything else. But I was going to high school in the morning. I was coming here to go at nights, afternoons, and on the weekends. So I got 16 credit hours done. And to be open with you, I went up to the University of Michigan with my folks. I went to a meeting there about Thanksgiving week to say, how do all these credits transfer? And when they heard my story, they simply invited me to leave high school and attend the University of Michigan, starting in January. So I came back, told my story to everyone. Everyone worked it out. But I left high school early because those programs weren't fully established either. Actually, I used one class from KCC to get my high school diploma. The other 22 credit hours transferred to Michigan and got me that head start that allowed me to finish. So if you really do look at it, I view this as a special place in terms of what's going on. But I am a huge advocate for community college. Community colleges play a special role in our society. Not only in terms of helping young people get a start. Dual enrollment is awesome. It's great to see 1,200 dual enrollment students here. I believe it is a huge part of our future in terms of letting people go at their own pace, letting you fly faster and better, bring down college costs overall, but have a great experience, give you confidence to succeed. But it also does wonderful work in terms of career tech education. And we have so many skilled trade jobs out there that are not being filled. I'm actually going to be continuing to work with community colleges to ask you to do more to help people find those great, well-paying jobs that are available. The other part is it's a great way for people to come back to school, people that had challenges. Why my story is fairly unique, I think, and I'm very proud of it. I'm not the proudest person if you look at some of the other people that go to school. I mean, if you think about it, we have single parents that are working a job that come back to finish their education. I think that's a lot harder work than what I ever did. And that's to be admired. To be able to work, raise kids, go to school. If you have other people coming back to find a new career, that's outstanding. So look at those opportunities. Or people that never finished high school can come back, get their GED, and actually attend community college and work through that process. So there are so many people going to school here that have stories far more emotionally powerful and important than my story. But I'm proud to say I am an alumni now. That does mean much to me. And I hope I can be a role model for many of the dual enrollment students to say everything's possible. The greatest limitation a person often has is their own mind. And don't be bound by that. Come up with ideas and go for it, because it will pay off. And this is an institution that will support you in that success. So again, at Kellogg Community College, it's a great honor to be here, and thank you so much for this diploma. I'm proud to say I am an alumni now.
The governor's now going to take a few minutes to kind of get out amongst you and do a little meet and greet, and then after about 10 minutes or so, he's going to take formal questions from the media, and that will be up here in the front of the room.